What's up YouTube? How's it going everybody? This is my 2016 Yamaha YXZ1000R. Today we're going to be doing the 2019 gear reduction. So the 2016 Yamaha YXZ came with some pretty high gear ratio. In 2019, Yamaha released a new gear set with all the new Yamaha YXZ1000Rs. So if your YXZ is a 2019, a 2020, or a 2021 at this point, that means you already have the lower gearing. And the tires that came on the YXZ, our YXZ, the 2016, they're only 27s. So I'd like to go a little larger, maybe put some 30s on there eventually. So what I did is I bought the 2019 gear swap kit from Weller Racing. You can buy that from their website, that's wellerracing.com. This kit includes everything you need to swap the gear set out for a 2016, 2017, 2018 to the newer gear set that would be included in a 2019, 2020, or 2021 YXZ1000R. On their website, Weller actually has a link straight to a PDF file where you can download the transmission section of the YXZ1000 service manual. While I have the transmission out, I'm also going to be upgrading the clutch. The Alba Heavy Duty Clutch Kit is available on the Alba website, teamalbaracing.com. I've purchased the Alba Heavy Duty 6-spring clutch kit. This replaces the stock single spring pressure plate with a 6-spring design and also includes the Alba Heavy Duty fiber plates and steel plates. Also available for the YXZ on the Team Alba Racing website is the YXZ1000R Heavy Duty Driveline Coupler. This is an upgrade to the OEM YXZ Driveline Coupler, which is known to fail. You can buy the Alba Heavy Duty Drive Shaft Coupler by itself or upgrade to include the Alba silicone boot, grease, and cryo heat treated clips. So I'll just show you guys what I've removed so far. The center skid plate that goes in the center of the bottom of the side-by-side, front skid plate that goes in the front of the side-by-side, the upper hood, the center console that goes around the shifter and the center dash glove box there. I've removed the foot tub on the passenger side, the fuel tank, the bar that goes over the fuel tank, panel that sits underneath the passenger seat, the panel that goes behind the passenger seat, the little side panel that goes next to the passenger seat, the part that goes on the inside of the passenger seat itself. I've removed 2 of the driveline guards, and one of the drivelines I pulled apart already because I was swapping to the regular flywheel anyway. So this part I actually removed from underneath the side-by-side. I got underneath there and just pulled it off because I knew how to get that off without coming in from the top. I figured it would make it easier to just pull that off. This is the original OEM flywheel. This is the Alba heavy hitter that I'm taking off. I'm going to go back to that just to see how I like it with the 2019 gearing. And then of course this is the 2019 gearing kit. It did not come with this Yamalube. I had to go buy that from the store. So if you buy a kit from them, make sure you get the Yamalube because that's not actually included. Here's all the part numbers. I'll include those in case you are ordering all the parts on your own. Of course, here's a reusable clutch gasket by TubeWorks that Weller includes in their kit. So here's where we're at right now. And as you can see, the transmission is exposed. I have disconnected this shaft right here. I have another shaft to disconnect there, and I have the front shaft to disconnect still. I have to disconnect all of the electronics and remove the battery and all the electronics from the battery tray. All the handles and controls up here need to come out still. The shift lever, the parking brake lever, 4-wheel drive, and the headlight switches, those are all going to come out. All that'll come off. I believe this whole frame right here is all one piece. That all comes out. I'm not going to go over how to pull off the fuel tank and the panels and the passenger seat. You basically just need your socket and a screwdriver. It's a whole bunch of these little tabs like this, and you just unscrew the inside and they pop out. And there's a whole bunch of 10mm screws in here as well. So once you get all that out of there, recommend you check the service manual. It has a list of all the different hoses and wires and connectors and things that you're going to need to disconnect. So once again, here's all the things I already took care of. The floorboards, electrical component tray, parking brake lever, shift lever, clutch release lever, transmission oil, fuel tank, breather hoses, fuel hose, fuel pump, coupler. Once you get all that done, then you're going to start disassembling your drive shafts, your front drive shaft, and then your rear drive shaft. Make sure you have your transmission case breather, both hoses disconnected. The neutral switch coupler needs to be disconnected. Gear position sensor coupler, speed sensor coupler, ground lead, drive shaft cover, drive shaft universal joint cover, flywheel housing, subframe, and then finally, number 5, the transmission case itself comes out. So that's the order that you remove everything. Highly recommend you have a service manual like this one before you jump into this. It will help you out much more than this video in the long run. If this is helpful, give me a like below. Definitely subscribe to this channel. We'll see how it goes from here. That guy right there, and we got to get these two guys right here, and then we got to disconnect that guy right there. Down there.
temporarily closed the route that's used by 50 large ships.
Alright everybody, so here we are at this point. I have everything disconnected from the transmission except for the front drive line, which is right there, and the rear drive line, which is right there. I pulled my main drive shaft off the engine. It's right there. That came off with the flywheel. Did that already. Gotta get the front drive shaft, rear drive shaft. See, there's a bolt there, and there is a bolt there, and there is one more bolt down there, right down there. Alright, so the next step, it looks like, gotta get that rear drive shaft pulled backwards that way, and that should allow me to pull the front drive shaft back and pull it out of there. So I'm going to disconnect the rear differential and slide that back. That should allow me to disconnect that. I can slide the transmission back, disconnect in the front, lift the whole thing out. So my YXZ has this custom cage. I have a couple of extra bolts back here. I'll have to undo these two, those two, which I think are where the stock skid plate normally mounts up. I've got to undo that one right there, and that one back up in there. Also got to undo that one and that one to pull this bracket right here out of the way, so that I could slide this whole thing back, so that the differential will slide back. So the differential, there's the drive line, and
next on Trail Blogger.
Mm-hmm.